only mainly for nukes, as it were, just because of the spawning position he did pull on the roll of loading in the game. But yeah, the high yield definitely has. It's got an attack point there. It's got an attack point here. You can hide units behind the grassy knoll. All types of ways to be attacked in that high yield expansion area. Now, I do like to see that that was great defense from Jerem. He didn't overreact. He didn't just throw all his units at the Marines and Marauders and get kited to hell and taken out. He reacted well, and he was able to take those probes off of his line and send back that early aggression. So I really like to see that, and hopefully we get more into the higher tier of the match.
Yeah, absolutely. But the most interesting thing I always find about TVP, especially on this map, is how both players' styles react to the type of engagements. Marine Marauder does need a good concave versus Protoss, but if like Nukes decides to go for some sort of tank play, these chokes work really, really well for defending these expansions. You've got this ramp here to the north, and you've got the rocks, and putting tanks on either of these like high ground positions makes it so Terran have such a good advantage in choke battles. But Protoss works so well in chokes as well, so it kind of gets to a battle of who gets the best concave and possibly force fields. So we'll be interested to see what Nukes decides to go with, and if he's going to try and abuse that in any way. But he does have a factory down now, quite a lot of barracks with tech labs now, as he is upgrading the combat shield now from the first barracks. But in the base of Jerem GS, we see 2 more gateways down, and it looks like he does have a total of 5 gateways, plus 1 is on the way, and also a Twilight Council.
That's right.
So what will we see first, the Blink or the Charge, will be the question, or maybe going straight for some sort of Dark Templar or High Templar play, possibly.
That would be interesting to see if Jerem decides to go for Dark Templar play, but you know what? He's not. He's throwing down that charge lots, dude. He's going for the charge lots. And that is his reaction to the mainly bio here that's out for nukes. It would be cool to see him go for Dark Templars as well, as Dark Templars can be masked by the sound of all the zealots charging into battle and dealing a bunch of and using their side blades over and over again, of course. So we'll see what happens. And Nukes looks like he's just interested in getting that bio here and getting those those medvacs like he did in the last game. Going he is not pulling out the tanks. He's not doesn't seem he's interested in pulling out any of the tanks or anything of that nature. He's getting a couple more barracks and he's floating his factory off. We've got another factory driver who's kind of crapping his pants as he's starting to move over towards Jerem's base. Absolutely
true, Duffs. Absolutely true. I would not like to be in his position, and it's a very, very bad position to be in. But Jerem, with so many charge lots now on the field, and is a great position now to take his third. But as you said about the siege tanks, Nukes probably wants to play it safe, as tanks, they either work really, really well for you in TVP or they just don't, because you have to have good positioning, and you really can't be as mobile as you can with Marine Marauder. So that's obviously quite a big problem on big maps like these and trying to deny expansions and such. But this factory will get taken down. Very, very sad. We salute the men and the pilots of that, but it seems like Nukes can see that his army is not all there, so possibly going to try a push up here, and these zealots now pulling back, and it's going to be bad if Nukes tries to engage up this with that many charge lots, as well as the force field is going to be trapping them and not letting them go, Dust.
Oh yeah, definitely. And what's awesome about this decision from Nukes to go up after this third base is he saw those rocks being taken out from that factory, and because that factory was able to reveal the fact that those rocks were taken out, he put 2 and 2 together. He added 1 plus 1 and went, hey, he's adding a base there. I'm going to go ahead and take it out. So that's exactly what happened. We are seeing the high yield now being placed down from Nukes as he is sitting on this this Xel'Naga Watchtower. He needs to drop those units out of those dropships, which is exactly what he's doing. He is moving off, and he does not. I don't think he'd be too safe in engaging this force of charge lots. He will need to do some impressive micro with his Marines and Marauders there. We'll have to find out what he's going to be able to do. There are 4 dropships out hovering over above this, a 5th one here to join. So these Marines and Marauders have plenty to heal them up. and we'll see. He did just pick up a couple Marauders and Marines. We got a big engagement going on right now as these charge lots go right into the fray. We've got some force fields being placed down as well, and we've got some action going down right now as these Marauders are just being dealt with. This is not looking good for Nukes right now. He's losing a lot of forces in this. He's trying to pick up his Marines and Marauders and put them behind the force fields. It's not going to be able to do that, and you know what? He's actually going to be able to do this with the reinforcements that just came out from all the barracks that he's got up and out at the moment. So great job by Nukes for another good defense.
Yeah, he didn't actually lose his expansion either, Duffs. He managed to keep it, so he has already got a 60% complete expansion, but definitely Jerome GS was able to get his expansion while doing that attack, so kind of making it slightly equal, but Nuke's definitely ahead in the supply count now. Both players are on 1-1, but this is such a Marauder-heavy army. Amazing micro there with those dropship play to avoid getting trapped by that force fields, and wow, denying the expansion.
Yep, once
Nukes
again.
is just putting on this aggression so much, sees there's not much there, going straight in. This cannon will go down so fast to this amount of Marauders, but gonna be sticking right there, but no Vikings on the field to deal with these Colossus, but not the best force fields there, doesn't have enough energy to lay down more than 2, and will he be able to snipe out one of these Colossus stuffs?
He gets real close, fire, and he looks like he's gonna be able to take one of those Colossus down. He's going to do some kiting to these Zealots as they start to charge in, trying to deal some damage to these Marauders. These Medvacs on a move path with these Marauders and Marines, so they will not be able to heal while they are being right-clicked, of course, and that means that those Marauders and Marines are down quite a bit on life. But you know what? Great job by Nukes by forcing that expansion to basically be held off or postponed until now. And I do want to give a shout out real fast to my girlfriend Rihansu for getting me an Amp energy drink as I desperately needed it. So we will be back into the game and have more action and energy for you guys out there. Hell yes! And look at this, we've got the Mobius reactor on the way from the Ghost. They will be able to EMP right as they come out. An armory is on the way. 3 more freaking barracks are on the way as well. Here, Fire Silver.
Yeah, definitely focusing on that really heavy barracks play. And, it looks like Jerome GS, after defending that attack and losing a Colossus, is trying to get back in this game. Thermal Lance has completed, though, and he does have 2 attack upgrades as of now. The double Robo, man, so he's going to be, lacking some gateway units off only 5 gateways. The double robotics, it's going to be hard to deal with. This really needs to be Nukes' kind of scanning point, if it was, because he hasn't actually seen any of the tech buildings yet in Jerome GS's base. So he's kind of playing blind at this point and blindly going double Vikings, because he doesn't actually know if he suddenly stopped making them, and that's kind of a,
it's kind of a gamble, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking
for. Sure. Now, looking at the upgrades, we do see that Jerem is upgraded +2 on his attack and +1 on his armor. Nukes right now is currently upgraded 1-to-1 on his armor. He's got +2 armor and +2 attack on the way. And holy crap, look at this. We've got a force from Jerem going right up on top of this ledge. They're going to be taking apart these SCVs. Holy crap, abusing that high ground. Great job here from Jerem. He was able to take out a bunch of those SCVs, bringing the numbers down to 52 SCVs for Nukes and only keeping Nukes on his 2 bases that he's currently working off of now. Jerem needs to try to catch up. He needs to get ahead. Let's take a look at that economy here, Fire Silver. We are seeing 54 probes here for Jerem, as Jerem is pulling in a little bit more than his opponent at the moment just because of that attack on that high yield.
Yeah, and the supply now, Nukes is almost maxed and Jerome is only at 155 now, getting slightly supply block there, but it looks like he is going to be poking up, trying to snipe off some of these add-ons to stop Marauder production.
Great job. These Colossus with their thermal lance, man, they are mean. And here we go, right around the back. Nukes comes up, right into engage. He throws down the EMP, takes out a bunch of the shields of the Protoss forces, and Jerem is going to be throwing down those force fields, but it's not going to be too good. All of these freaking Vikings, look at all those Vikings, Fire Silver, just take out all of those Colossus. These Marauders take out the rest of the ground forces, and I'd say Jerem is in a little bit of crap right now.
Yes, indeed, as he does snipe all these cannons down and these pylons, going to supply cap him back to the Stone Age. and this expansion goes down so fast in Marauders because they do extra damage versus Armored, and they do have 1-1-2-2 nearly completed now, and that will be the final nail in the coffin. But, you know, he's got 2 Colossus, but look at all these Vikings.
Yeah, that's
as you
what I'm
said,
thinking.
9 Vikings.
It's an insane amount of Vikings with no air to attack. He's got no stalkers. He's got nothing but those zealots out. So these Vikings will have free reign and take out both of those Colossus. These zealots get dealt with quite easily as well, as the heal bus has arrived with all these medvacs providing uber support, keeping these Marauders immortal regardless of how much they stim or how much they get tased.
Even pulling probes off now to try and deny it as 2 more Colossus make their way out. But look at that, one-shotted by the amount of Vikings that are here at the moment. All those Robos are going to go down. Another Colossus, and boom, that dies so quickly. And GG.
So there we have it, folks. The GG is called, and we're going to go ahead and be getting into the next game. And it looks like we've got another Terran victory here, folks.
You might be a damn pirate, Ranger. Whatever happened, you saved my boys today. And I won't forget that.
All in a day's work, General.
All right, so it's looking like it's starting to shape up here as we got into our second game, and man, Nukes just really took it to him. He did a great job. And how's it going, Antahara? Welcome.
Not bad, thanks. I just had a really nice dinner. I wouldn't call it nice, it's actually a very unhealthy dinner, but I enjoyed it and I had fun, and I'm full and ready and psyched, you know, everything going on right, and
Fantastic.
Dancing in my chair, you know.
Well,
countdown started.
That's right. Here we go, man. TVZ, let's get into it. All right, everybody, with the loading screen up, with it being Terminus SE, we know we're here for the GSL number 101. It's going to be Tarson against Tomicus here. It's going to be a TVZ, and it's our third game. It's going to be epicness, and that's what we're going to bring you as we continue to bring you more and more action. And you guys want to see Tarson. I know you do, and I want to see what Tomicus can do as a Zerg player against Tarson. Oh, man, this is unfortunate. We see Tarson, well, we see Aris lagging a little bit and leaving the game, no prob. But anyways, Tarson spawning over here in the 9 o'clock position as the yellow Terran. Up here at the top in the closest rush distance is Tomicus. Now this is Terminus SE. You do have an expansion out here in your natural, which is very easy to hold. It does have just the 1 choke, but you do also have this lower expansion, which has less mineral nodes, as well as only 1 Vespane geyser, and it has destructible debris that you can break down and get right into this natural, or right into this lower third that I like to call it down there. And you know what, Antahara, what do you think, man? This is a pretty I don't know, I think this is a pretty awesome map. I don't think Tarson likes it very much, huh?
Yeah, Tarson doesn't like it at all. He's gonna say right now. Ooh, give me a second. Somebody's at the door. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, then no problem. But anyway, sorry about the overlay, guys. We don't have an intro, so I'm a little off on that, and I've been a little off today anyway. But at least you didn't miss anything because you got to see what was going on. So there you guys go. But anyways, here we go. Tarson throwing down his first supply depot right next to his command center, and it looks like he's going to go for the wall off using heavy buildings like throwing down the barracks first off on that on the top of his ramp. So he's going for the conventional Terran wall off, and Tomicus is. Tomicus seems to like the map as well, and he seems to like it. Oh, did I say GSL? I meant to say GO4Sc2. Whoa! Wow, way to go for me. But anyways, Tomicus is throwing down that natural expansion.
Indeed he is. And while Antara's gone, I'll just fill in for you now to do it all by yourself. So this Overlord from Tomicus going to be going in here, and we'll see the glowing drills on these mineral patches, and we'll know that Tarson is here. But also, I don't think Tarson did actually see that Overlord, so he will not be aware of that. The barracks is down for Tarson. Surprised he built his supply depot there, in fact. And Tara, you sound like you're back.
Yeah, I am. Just had to answer the door, get some groceries, and now I'm back. That is very interesting supply depot place.